What's up, family? It's Rashid, and welcome to another episode of Ages and Stages. Again, I'm so happy to be back. Thank you guys for all the support. But we finna have a good time. Like I told you, I'm gonna bring on some cool, dope people that I really admire, I wanna talk to and wanna hear from. And I'm gonna talk about some stuff that I've been going through. Y'all know I've been going through a lot. But you know, it is what it is. And I'm back outside. Wait a minute. Am I supposed to say that? Like, ladies, real talk. I was talking to a homegirl of mine that I'm not supposed to say back outside because to ladies, that's a negative connotation, like I'm finna be a hoe. I can't just be back outside enjoying the berries and the trees and the birds and chirping. Like, y'all, let me hear from y'all on that. But speaking on that, does that make me a hoe because I say I'm back outside? Well, we're gonna talk about it. I'm gonna talk about one of my good friends, super comedian, Miss Ashima Franklin. Y'all may know her from Ready to Love Atlanta, but this is my girl. I've been knowing her for over 20 years, and we're gonna have a great, dope conversation. She even talked about a hoe phase in her 40s. Can you do that? Like, for ladies, y'all, I thought that was like early on, y'all go through the gangster, like you want the thug, then you want the mailman or the scoot. Like, we're gonna talk about all that. We're gonna talk about a lot of stuff that she's gone through, even being on the road with Katt Williams and being on the road with Katt Williams. We talked about all the women he allegedly likes around him. Y'all saw that when he talked about that. They even had a little falling out, and there was even a lawsuit involved. She's gonna break all that stuff down. Y'all, we got some really cool conversation. Y'all gonna be in stitches. Get your popcorn ready, because my girl's gonna have us rolling all night long. She even talking shit about me and my situation, but that's just what she do. But I love my girl, y'all. You're gonna love her too. If you don't already know, check this out. It's gonna be a great interview. This is my girl, this is my sister, and who better to have as my first guest as I return to the Ages and Stages platform. Thanks again for tuning in. You know what? I love you guys. I appreciate it. Remember, like, subscribe. All right, we back. All right, without further ado, I'm gonna get rid of this. Without further ado, bring in my sister, the one and only comedian extraordinaire, Miss Ashima Franklin, y'all. First of all, I want to give you your flowers. I'm so proud of you. I'm so happy for you. And last but not least, thank you for when I reached out to a lot of people, but the person I wanted first as I came back out with Ages Stages was you, and you accepted the invite. So I appreciate you. I love you so much.
Thank you so much. It's not a problem. Not a problem. Yes. I'm happy to be here.
Thank you, baby. Thank you. Thank you so much. All right. So let's just get into it. I want to start from the beginning. And but where you at right now? Is it like where you in the train station? What is this? Oh, the Art Deco. You in your apartment in Atlanta?
No, in New York City. I'm in the Big Apple full time.
Whoa. Wait, what?
Yes.
Ashima, when did you move to Atlanta? I mean to New York.
So I officially moved last July.
Oh, wow.
And I was doing the back and forth, but I'm here. I'm here now.
Right, I see you got that.
Bills, I'm here.
Man, I see you got that New York Wi-Fi too.
Oh my God, is it going in and out?
Right, we'll be all right. We all right. Man, that's amazing. That's so dope. Wow, I didn't know that. So I've seen, I watch you. We follow each other. I've seen you in New York a lot. But I just thought you was, out there hustling. But wow, big ups to you to moving out there to really, really get into the thick of it and chase your dreams. Because that's where you need to be, right?
Yeah. New York is that city where, where it's really happening in comedy. And I've been doing comedy. It'll be 17 years in April. And I've been coming to New York the past 17 years back and forth. And I've been wanting to move, but I'm a mother. So I just back in Atlanta to get access to where he's 15, he's older, he's with his dad, so now in full time.
Okay, got you. So you're chopping up a little bit. Hopefully it doesn't do that the rest of the interview. Are you close to your Wi-Fi system? Are we good? Is there any?
I am. I'm right by the motor.
Okay. You're in New York. You're probably in a flat or a old industrial building that they turned into loft, and you probably got 400 square feet.
No, I have the second floor in a brownstone.
Okay, man. All right. So anyway, let's get into it. Let's get into it.
With Spectrum Wi-Fi.
Right. I love it. I love it. So, sis, I want to have you on to tell your story, and people who don't know you, of course, they saw you. Who didn't know, they saw you on Ready to Love, and you've been an active working comedian for, you said, 17 years now?
It'll be 17 years in April. Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's so dope for people to live in their purpose and be able to do it for that long. And I was there. We'll get into it when you first decided you want to become a comedian. But let's start from the beginning. Ashima, you are from originally Mobile, Alabama, right?
Correct. This is correct.
Shout out to my Alabama folks. And if you don't know, I went to Alabama A&M University, and I met Ashima in Alabama. So I want to know, Ashima, as a little girl, did you always know you wanted to be in showbiz? Did you want to be an actress, a singer, comedian? Like, what was the little girl Ashima like, and what was your upbringing like? How was that like growing up in Mobile? Because you don't get a lot of superstars or stars that come from Mobile. So where did you get that? Where'd you get this hunger to where you're at now?
I always knew from a little girl that I used to always say I was going to Hollywood.
Okay.
My mom had me in performing arts in like 5th grade, on up through high school. I was never been afraid to talk in front of people. Even in the church, I was the girl that used to walk the pastor, doing the announcements, like just being in front of people was something I always loved to do. So, and then I come from a funny family. I've been around my family. All I would do is be loud, drink, eat, do whatever. And being on stage. I remember I was in performing arts school. Anything I played as far as stage plays, I always comedic. And I just loved to hear people laugh at me. I love to react on and off stage. You know what I'm saying? I just always been a funny person. So yeah, I always knew I was gonna be on stage.
So what was okay? So what was that like for you in school? Were you in trouble a lot, or were you able to navigate through being silly, funny, and focus on your grades, or were you the class clown? Was you getting kicked out of class because you talking too much and making everybody laugh?
I was definitely the class clown. I was a beast at the lunch table, a beast on the school bus. Like, I knew how to jank. I had to know because I was skinny. They used to call me Olive Oil. The boys used to tease me a lot. So, but then the teachers liked me because I did do my work, and I wasn't just no bad kid. I was too damn much. I had a class cracking up, but the teachers used to be laughing. So, you know, even if I did get in trouble, it wasn't no real trouble because I was no bad child. I just talked too much. But yeah, I was funny as hell at school.
I could see you at the lunch table. You were the one putting your finger in the food, like, "Hey, you want that right there? Put your finger in the food." And
or just joning on people, but I couldn't fight though. I couldn't fight, so I had to.
You couldn't fight.
Sometimes I had to go to kick my ass afterwards, and I'd be trying to jump my way out of getting my ass.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I heard a story that Richard Pryor learned how to be funny because he used to try to keep people from beating his ass because he knew he couldn't fight. So I wonder if a lot of comedians are like that. You pick up that dynamic, like, listen, you know your skill set, and that's good early on because some people don't figure out who they are until they later on in life. You're like, listen, I can't fight. I'm funny. I'm going to joke the shit out of you, and I'm going to just keep you off me, and so you don't want to fight.
Yeah, I'm going to just keep you off me. I'm going to keep you off me. I never forget, I let Bridget Moore throw a napkin in my face at the school table. I wasn't trying to fight Bridget. I was like, all right, my bad. The napkin hit me in the face. We good.
Bridget would have wiped you up, wouldn't she?
Oh, Bridget was a big old burly stud. I didn't even know the bitch was a stud then. Oh, big stud. He would have got
So, okay, cool. That's hilarious. So let me ask you this. Do you know from all of the people, all of the olive oil comments, and you say you used to get teased and stuff like that, what are those people now? What are those people doing? You know what I'm saying? Are they now, oh yeah, I've been known this, that, and the third. Huh?
In my DM trying to holler at me?
I love it.
Get me
I
now.
love it.
No.
Yes.
You know, it's funny because my class, as far as like my classmates, class 98, I went to school with a lot of people that I went to school, and we went to elementary, middle, and high school together. And
Right.
to be honest with you, we all just used to cut up on each other and Joan on each other and Jake on each other. And everybody really is pretty successful. And even when we come together for reunions or during the holidays, it's the same. All we do is fucking laugh. But everybody
I
know
love
they're
that.
not funnier than me. Everybody know they're
Right.
not funnier
Facts.
than me.
Facts. All right, so we're going to fast forward a little bit, but I have this question because this is a big, big argument between Mobile and New Orleans. You know where I'm going. Who got the livest and realest Mardi Gras?
First of all, we're going to start and say Mobile is the original. The original. So that means it started. It began. Nothing is never better than the original. You know what I'm saying? So Mobile is the livest. Yeah, you go get you some titties and some throw up in New Orleans. Big whoop.
Right, so y'all hear that? A lot of people don't know that Mobile, Alabama is the originator of Mardi Gras. So that started with you all.
So there it is.
Yes, I love that. All right, so let's fast forward. So little girl, you were very outgoing and stuff like that. So what, after high school, what did you do? What did you decide to do after high school?
So I was working in the hospitality industry in high school. I was working at for the Marriott, and I was working at the front desk. And so
you had them good discounts.
Yeah. Y'all don't remember that? How I used to have all the hotels.
What?
So one thing about the hospitality industry, they always promote within. You don't necessarily have to have a college degree to be in a certain position. So when I was like 20, I was the assistant general manager for the Marriott. I was at GM at 21, 22. I had like a real job because I didn't go to college. I chose not to. Because I had a real job so young. I was like, I'm good. So
you making money like your peers in college struggling getting the what was it, the FAFSA loan or Sally Mae and the Pell Grant, and you was working.
And here I have an 8 to 5, literally with benefits.
Wow.
And everything
Yeah.
along with.
Wow.
And so I'm doing that, and I meet this lady named Pansy Montgomery. I'm checking her in. Her name is Pansy Montgomery. I always say she's my angel. She was working for AirTran. I don't know if you remember what
Stop right there. Time out. If you of a certain age, you know about AirTran. What was like $89? And the hub was Atlanta. Shoot, tell me less. Because if you know about Alabama A&M, we're in North Alabama and Huntsville. But Atlanta was a spot. We went to Atlanta. We was close. I'm from Houston, direct flights because you had to go through Atlanta. Oh, my God, AirTran. Yeah, that AirTran was crazy. Oh, you just brought back some memories there, girl.
Yep.
Wow.
And so
dang, okay.
I'm checking her in. I'm looking for my bad. I dropped my blood. Okay, anyway. So I'm checking her in, and we're talking, and she's, telling me how polite she think I am and how pretty she think I am. And she asked me, had I ever thought about being a flight attendant? And at the time, people was telling me I should be a flight attendant all the time. I said, yes, people tell me all the time. She said, well, I hire for AirTran. When you're ready to come, I got a job for you.
Wow.
And so AirTran is how I got to Atlanta.
Wow. So now that's back to back. You had 2 jobs just kind of fall in your lap. So did you ever anticipate or plan to go to college, or you just knew college just wasn't for you? How did that transition, or how did you decide to go that route and not even pursue? Because I know some of your friends had gone to college, and we'll talk about how I know you. But what was that thought process for you?
So what happened was, and I really just started opening up and telling people this. I had got into a fight. I got to a fight my senior year. The girls, so my mama, so I ended up going to another school. My mama, we moved into a new subdivision. My mama made me go to the school where we moved to, right? So here I'm this new girl at this school or whatever, and these girls are trying to jump on me. Whatever. They knew they was gonna jump on me. They was calling my phone. But anyway,
you the new girl. So all the guys like, yo, who's this new? Yeah, who the new? Yeah, you was. Oh, they was mad at you.
I was
you the new face.
So fresh meat. And
Yeah.
so the day that they plan to jump on me, or they do call themselves jumping on me, I bought
Yeah.
a weapon to school. I bought a knife to school. And so during
Wow.
the fight, I actually cut one of the girls. And I got expelled indefinitely from high school.
Wow. So how did you end up? So you weren't able to finish. Did you have to go get a GED, or did you take your stuff from home, or?
I had to go get a GED. Yeah.
Wow.
And I was hella embarrassed about it because number
Sure.
one, I come from a family of everybody's educated. I come from a family of educators. You know, graduating high school is something that I always wanted to do. And for me not to do it was a huge monkey on my back for so long. And but at the
Yeah.
same at the time I still was working at the hotel. So I still had a real job at the time that happened to me. So I just chose to just stay into the hotel business and just still, you know, I really thought I was gonna do that forever, to be honest with you. I
Sure.
thought I was gonna be into that business or whatever. I didn't really, even though I wanted to do comedy, I don't think at the time I actually saw myself being able to do it, especially being in
Right.
Mobile.
Sure. Sure. So wow, that's amazing. So thank you for sharing that. So that's the thing, that our childhood traumas, and sometimes we're embarrassed by them. But one of the things that I've learned that I'm going through my process and things like that, we all got something. We all messed up. We all got some trauma. We always got something. So I'm glad that you were able to speak about that, and that didn't hold you back, especially
Right.
coming from the family. So I can see that pressure on you. But I will say this, sounds like to me, don't nobody need to run up on Ashima, because you got that thing on you.
Right.
You might. So wow. So hey, ain't no running up on the stage like they did. You know, these other comedians out here, like they ran up on Chappelle and Chris Rock. You run up on Ashima, you might get cut.
You might get cut. Yeah. Because I don't want to fight. I don't want
Right.
to fight. I'm going to cut you and get it
Yeah.
over with now.
Yeah, I'm gonna cut you, get it over. Okay,
I already got cut.
go on now.
Go.
Wow. So okay, so you get the job at AirTran and you move to Atlanta, and then is that when you start getting the bug for Atlanta? The you know, because Atlanta at the time was growing, but I don't know if it was Black Hollywood like it is now.
Yeah, it was, and it still is.
Okay.
So
Oh, for sure.
I get to Atlanta and I do the training with AirTran, right? So the training is like 6 to 8 weeks, and you got to take all these tests, and each test you got to make like 90% on each test in order to keep going, right? So then
Okay.
I do good throughout the whole training, and I get to the final. And I changed one of my answers on the final. I still remember what the question
You
was.
second guessed it.
I second guessed myself. I had the right answer the first time, and I made a fucking 89. So I didn't get the
God.
job with AirTran. This is the final. This is the day before graduation. You don't get a check
Right.
or nothing if you don't graduate. So I had to call down to Mobile.
Oh, Lord.
I graduated.
Oh, so now time out. So now you ain't graduated high school. You done flunked the AirTran test. Oh Lord, and you got to call home. How was that conversation?
Home and disappoint my family all over again.
Right.
They were so happy for me. Damn, they had a parade sending me off and shit. So I end up staying in Atlanta. I did not go back to Mobile. I ended up staying in Atlanta. I ended up getting a job back at the Marriott because I was already in that business. So it was none but a phone call. And so one of my friends that I did meet in flight attendant school took me to the comedy club to cheer me up because I was so upset about it. I was so sad about it, you know. And so he took me to Uptown Comedy Corner.
Okay, yeah, I heard of Uptown Atlanta. If you've been through there, that's legendary in Atlanta, right?
Yes.
Any comedian, you go through Atlanta, you got to go through the Uptown, right?
Yep. So he take me to Uptown, and here I am in this real life comedy club. I had never been in I've been to a comedy show before, but I had never been in a comedy club. It's a difference. And I'm just sitting there like, this is where I want to be. I was just drawn to it. I just couldn't believe it. I just was so happy, and I just felt like that's where I needed to be. So I came back there maybe a week or two later, and I got a job at the comedy.
Nice. Right. So I think you started, was you a server, a waitress, a host? What were you doing there at first?
I was a waitress for 3 years.
Gotcha. Wow, 3 years. So you're in there that whole time. Do you think you were getting your master's class while you were there? Were you soaking it up? Were you listening? Did you see the response and the acts and how they would come out and how they were able to control the crowd?
Yep. I watch, I learn, and I network. I watch, I learn. I already had the stage presence. Being on stage, I wasn't a stranger to that. I was already
because of your upbringing.
Standing in front of people. I just had to watch the joke delivery, and I just had to watch how they control the audience and what to do and add Ashima to it. And so I started doing open mics before I even got on the stage at Uptown. I was doing other open mics in the city.
Wow. So before we go further in your comedy career, your son, so he's 15. Around what time did you have your son? That's prior to you had already started? Because you've been here 17 years, so shortly after you started?
Yes, I started, let me see, actually 15. So I started, dude, I was pregnant with Ashton.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So he's been here the whole ride.
Yeah. So I was pregnant and doing comedy with Ashton.
Wow. All right. So we're going to get into how you started comedy. Let's talk about how I know you. I dated one of your close friends. We went to college together. So that was your close friend. And we all used to hang out. You had a boyfriend at the time who she knew. She's from a nearby town in Alabama.
Well, that was
again,
her first cousin. He was her first cousin.
That's right. Yeah. And so we were all in Alabama. I was school there. I was dating her. That was my high school my college girlfriend. We was all hanging out. We were cool. You'd come up there to hang with us in Huntsville. We'd go down to you, and just tons of fun. Ashima has always been the life of the party. Always, always had a smile. Always trying to make you feel accommodating. That real Southern belle, but she'll punch you in the gut with some comedy. Like, it's, you know what I'm saying? And always, in the beginning, you always had a mouth. Now, how did that come about? And then how were you able to navigate through having this potty mouth at times coming from the family and the upbringing? And, women were still growing into that role of being able to be completely vulnerable and be themselves without being judged.
I come from a family, as far as on my mom's side, of potty mouth women, and my dad's side.
Okay. Okay, so you got it honest.
I got it honest. So me being just being grown and saying grown shit was something I used to do as a little girl because it would be funny. Like, they laughed at it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, sometimes I got in trouble for it if I took it too far.
Yeah.
You know how sometimes a kid can take it too far. But other than
for
that,
sure.
My mama has always laughed at me and my mom and my grandma.
Wow.
And my aunt.
That's awesome.
Just being grown.
Just let you be yourself, and look where you're at now. So I brag on you, and I brag about that. I was one of the first, I don't know in what line, for you to say out loud that you wanted to pursue comedy. You hadn't fully moved to Atlanta yet. I think you were back and forth, and we were all hanging out. And can you remember that? Can you take us through that story? Because I remember.
I went to a comedy show. My boyfriend at the time took me to a comedy show. We actually went to the Kings of Comedy. A lot of people don't know or do know that before they filmed the Kings of Comedy, it was an actual
They were traveling.
And so
yes.
We went to see them in New Orleans, and that's when I saw Mike Gibbs for the first time. He was warming up for them, but he was funny as hell. David Williams and then all the Kings or whatever. And so I was still, just like how I was at the comedy club, I was just like, man, I want to do that. Man, that's what I want to do. So I came back and I told you and my girl, and I told her that she told you. Then that's when we all used to talk on three-way, and you called. You was like, can we speak to some more?
Yeah, that's right. I started calling you some more from then on.
Like,
and
is this you?
Yes. Because I saw that light and I knew you could do it. And I think, so talk about the courage that it took for you to do that. Because, you had women like some more and things of that nature. But I'm sure you were nervous to really go out there and really, really pursue that dream. Mobile's a relatively small town. What made you just be like, the hell with it. I'm gonna try this, and I don't care what people say.
I just think like when it's something that you love and you have like such a huge passion for it, it doesn't matter what people say because even my mom, she didn't understand at the time. My mom
Sure.
still wanted me to pursue my education, wanted me to have a real job with a 401k. A lot of
Yes.
people didn't understand it. Then when I became a mom and still was doing this, I used to get judged about leaving my baby because my mom used to keep
Yeah.
ash for me, baby dad and mom used to keep ash for me or whatever. But and I went through a lot. I had my days when I cried, when I wanted to quit, but I loved it too much and I just wanted to do it. And it wasn't nothing
Yeah.
that nobody could do to stop me. If a man came in my life and he started complaining about my comedy, the pink slip he got,
He was
you out the door.
he was out of there. Yeah.
He was out of there.
No, I've always known
So
that about you.
yeah, it's something that I saw the vision, Rashid, and I knew that I could do it. I knew every time I got on that stage that I could do it, and I'm nervous every time to this day before
Yeah.
they call my name
Yeah.
on stage. I'm hell, but when I get up there, I'm in my zone, and it's my happy place, and I'm just so thankful and blessed that I get to do something that I love and make money doing
That's
it.
awesome. Yes, and make money doing it. And now you are all in New York. I mean, that's just the classic example when passion meets a purpose and they unite and then you pursue it. Because many times people have the passion and the purpose and sometimes they even miss it. They miss the calling. So talk about,
It was so many. It was times I could have been a military wife. I could have
yes,
the guy that I was with at the time where we were all dating. He wanted to marry me, but when I got the chance to go to Atlanta, he let me do that. And gave me his blessings. But I could have
yeah,
easily been a football coach's wife. But I just was
yeah,
like,
yeah,
no. And it's been times where, especially during the grind struggle, and I see that they have moved on. They have these lives, the house, the
yeah,
car, the marriage. It's
yeah.
been times I've definitely wanted that, and have
Uh-huh.
said to myself, "Damn, should I have chose comedy?" But yeah,
Yeah.
I know I made that choice. But I'm not gonna say I don't have my days and I hadn't had my time
Oh, for
because this
sure.
shit is up and
No,
down.
we all do.
There is
We
no
all do.
retirement. There is no 401k. There is no insurance in this. You either got to make it or don't.
Yes. Yes. That's so true. So true. Coming from, that entrepreneurial spirit that you've known that I've always had. So I get that so much. So how has your child grown? Now he's 15. Now he sees the sacrifices that you made. Like, and I see y'all are close knit, and I love the fact that you post him. What does he feel about all this? How does he feel about his mom, pursuing her dreams and now living out in New York, trying to get to it?
He loves it. He loves it.
Yeah.
Ashton has been in comedy his whole life with mom and dad because his dad is
Right.
also a comedian. So him
Yeah.
being in this world is nothing new. Now, when he was younger, which is why I had to kind of come on the road for a little while and nurture and take care of my son. Because at one
Sure.
point he was crying out for his mama. Because he could be with my mama, he could be with his dad moms, but nobody is like your mother. You know what I mean?
Nobody.
So,
Yeah, for sure.
so
Especially for a boy. Especially for a boy.
especially for a boy.
Being a mama's boy.
Yes. So I just always loved and poured into my son, and he always knew that he was first. And even coming off being on the road, it was nothing for me to come out the road, pop up on him at school, come see him, take him to dinner, show up at a game when he think I wasn't. I never miss holidays. I never miss birthdays. And
I
so
love that.
now
I love it.
he cheers me on. He's like, let's get this money.
Yeah.
He had a little taste of the money because his dad. So
Yeah,
now he's like,
right.
I'm ready for you to come on and get it to it.
Heck yeah. I love that. That's amazing. Oh, that's so awesome. All right. So tell us, first time on stage, first time you decide to do it, first time you're going in front of a crowd. What was that like? Do you remember the jokes? Do you remember the how you felt? And then what was the overall outcome and the response?
So first time I ever got on stage, it was for my son's father's birthday roast, and I killed it.
Did you? First time? Wow. So how long? Okay. How long did you prepare? How long did you have your set written, your jokes? I'm sure you didn't just go off the cuff.
Some of it I did off the cusp, and some of it I already kind of premeditated because I was familiar with
Okay.
him, so it was a roast for him. And I
Oh, it was a roast. Got you.
yeah, it was a roast for him, but it was the first time I got on stage though. But I just remember, I kept asking him all night, when you gonna let me go up? When you gonna let me go up? And he kept putting me on. I got you, I got you, I got you. And he messed around and put me up literally at the end and kind of gave me like a little shitty ass introduction. Like, this my girl, she wanna do the roast, so we gonna let her go up. And I'm back, got with the Birdman hands on his ass. And I just ass up. I mean, tore him up so much. The comedians, it seemed like they started having respect for me that night.
Really? Wow. Wow.
So then, after that, as far as like just doing the open mics and doing my set, I always done good. Of course, when I go back and look at it, I was amateur as hell, but I was always having fun. Always had good energy. I already had the presence. I just had to get the jokes together.
So how did you feel that first night of roasting? That was comfortable to you because you knew him. How did that feel to get in a response from the crowd, the laughs? Because it's hard to make people laugh who don't know you just sitting there, and they're like, all right, make us laugh. How was that feeling for you?
It was that same feeling that I used to feel when I used to be doing the stage plays and making people laugh. I loved it. I'm addicted to it. It was just like, oh, I love this. I can do this.
Right.
Yeah. It just is.
Wow.
It's better
it's
than
similar.
Sex, but it's next to it.
It's close. Okay. No, I get that because I remember when I transitioned, I was a teacher and a coach. When I transitioned into the car business, I remember I sold a car my first day and I was like, whoa. I was blown. It was like the needle in the arm. I was hooked. And I'm going to imagine that was a similar situation of feeling for you. It was like, yo, this is it. I'm going full blast.
I'm doing this. I don't care what nobody say. I'm going with it. I'm finna be out every night. I'm finna be outside telling jokes. When they call me, I'm coming to the stage. Period.
Right. Got you. All right. So you done found that blunt, huh? You said.
Yeah. I done fired it on up. It's legal here in New York.
I do know that. I'm aware.
It's crazy to be walking down the street and blowing a blunt in the police face, and I mean, I blow it all in their face too, and call them a motherfucker. Arrest me, motherfucker!
Girl, you crazy. I love it. Okay, all right, so now, boom. The needle's in the arm. Boom, you killed it at the roast. You started doing stand-up. So how did the transition from the waitress to being on stage, how did that go? Did you have to talk to them? Management, did you have to convince them? Did anybody know you was working on stuff?
Oh yeah. Yeah, the whole club knew. Everybody who worked there knew that I came to work there because I wanted to do comedy. So they supported me. All the comics knew me. They supported me. I used to sign up for the open mic night and be like, no, I don't want to do it. I did that shit for like a whole year. Sign up and did not get on stage. Like a whole year. So as far as me doing the stage and still working there, they supported me 100%. They support me to this day. My picture's on the wall.
Oh, I love that. I love it. Okay, so let's fast forward. Boom. Now, you start getting booked. So how does that feel when you start getting booked? What was your first out-of-town booking? Do you remember that? And how do you feel when when somebody booked you and paid you to come to them and it wasn't local?
It felt like I'm really doing this, but I had to learn. Just because you're really doing this don't mean quit your job. See, I quit my job on my first book, and I was like, fuck it, I've been working before I do comedy. I'm out of here, motherfucker. But no, so my first book felt good, but my lights was off when I got home. So I had to learn that you still need your job while you getting these
for bookings. Sure.
But my first booking was in this comedy club in Columbia, South Carolina, called the Comedy House, and I was featuring. And I want to say, I forget who I was featuring for, but it was a weekend gig, and it felt great. Yeah. It felt like I was working.
I love that. But that is something important you said. That's why I named this show a long time ago. Ages and stages. Because ages and stages will teach you a lot of stuff in your life. You're going to go through a lot of stuff and learn. I did the same thing. I had a great idea and boom, it started taking off. Boom, I'm going to quit my job. This is the way. And then now lights is off and this, that, and the third payment. Like, whoa, wait a minute. Then you got it. But you learn the ages and stages of life. Some of us learn sooner. Some of us take 2-3 times to get it. But then eventually we hope we get it. So man, that's so funny.
The first 5 years of me doing comedy, I had a job.
Got you. Wow. Still with the Marriott?
No, I got a serving job so I quit Uptown after a couple of years, and I just got a serving job at a nice restaurant because the schedule is more flexible when you're a server. And
right, so you can do. Okay. And meantime, your son is still in Alabama, right? So you're still going back and forth to be a mom as much as you can, or he was in Georgia?
He was between Alabama, Georgia, and Mississippi. He was wherever I needed him to be at the time, to be honest.
Got you. Okay, understood. And then, so now, boom, we get that. Now you start getting booked. Now you start getting recognized. So you've been on tour with some people. Let's talk about some of the tours you've been on and some of the appearances you've made on television. We'll get into, the commonality that you and I share a little bit later as far as the reality TV stuff. But we'll talk, and I know you was on tour with Katt Williams for a little bit. What about some other big names? Your first big name you opened up for?
Well, Katt Williams was the first big name. So Katt Williams is the person who changed my life. Katt Williams gave me what you call in this business my big break.
Yes.
I was working featuring for another comic at Uptown this particular night that Katt Williams came in the club. He was sitting in the VIP. And I got up there and I did my thing and I saw him laugh out the corner of my eye. He came up to me after the show. This is me doing comedy for 5 years at this point. He came up to me after the show at Uptown. Was like, you funny as hell. This was on a Sunday. He was like, I got a tour that started on Wednesday, so my people gonna come get your number and we're gonna call you to come to my office tomorrow. So I was like, okay. So his people, they came, they got my number, they called me the next day at his office. He said, so the tour started in 2 more days. Tell me what you need to go to the tour. And I was so honored. And Ashton was the baby at the time. I said, I need $600 and I need a washer and dryer.
You need a what? Washer and dryer?
Yes, I didn't have a washer and dryer at the time. My baby was a baby. I needed a washer and dryer. It just went off. $600.
Hey, if that ain't ages and stages for your ass.
Yeah, wow. I was like, nigga, I need to wash and dry. And so he kind of looked at me and laughed, and he gave me like $4,000-$5,000 and was like, take care of what you need to take care of and be at this certain address on Wednesday. And I heard you say on stage you had a baby. So if you need to bring your baby on tour, you can bring your baby because my children go on tour too. So I took the $5,000, paid my rent up, I got my hair done, got me some show clothes, sent Ash to his grandmama, gave her some money, and I
you ballin'.
Yeah, because I didn't take Ashton with me because I didn't know what the atmosphere was gonna be because I hadn't done
Sure.
So I felt it was best to go with grandmama. So broke her off, and then I was off on a 100-city tour with Katt Williams. So I went from clubs to arenas.
Wow, sis.
So I went from the club to tour bus, private jets, Ritz Carlton, 10,000 people in arenas.
Damn, that's amazing.
I did that for 7 years with him. 7 consecutive years.
Wow. So let me stop you right there. Okay. One thing that stood out, when he asked you, I'm sure you were so surprised and so humbled, you asked this dude for $600 and a wash and dry. That's just talking about, just happy and not knowing your worth. And he gave you triple, quadruple that. Do you think about back on that and how green you were? You probably could have got more if you asked for it, but you were just like, hey, let's go. Give me $600 and a wash and a dryer. That's amazing. Go
not
ahead.
only was I green to that, I was also green to at the time the opportunity that I was actually getting and how soon I was getting such a big opportunity and only doing comedy for 5.
Right, right. So let's go into this part of it. So obviously we know Katt Williams has gone viral. Anytime you mention his name. So what do you think? I'm sure you saw the Club Shay Shay interview. What did you think about him? Is that him? And what do you think that he said was true? Not like, what is your thoughts? I know you know, and he talks about how he loved to have women around. He liked men around. And boom, you were a female around him and on his tour. So what can you speak to that interview and how much of that is fact versus fiction or some of that hyperbole, a little extra little salsa cap on it?
Well, I mean, as far as my thoughts on the interview, I thought it was hilarious. I was laughing. A lot of those stories, because I had been with him for so long, I had heard all those stories before. You know what I mean?
Right.
So everything he talked about was familiar to me because he'd been talking about the same shit for so long. And yeah, and one thing I have always loved about him is that he do support female comics, and he do like women around him. He don't, he's a little man, so he don't want a bunch of big dudes around him. Little men want some women, especially a little man with some money. He wants some women around him because we're gonna appreciate this little ass nigga with all his big money. You know what I mean? We're gonna make this little man feel love on these stacks on stacks on stacks.
Stacks on stacks.
Hey,
wow.
So you feel like you're 6'7", nigga, when you got some money.
6'7". So okay, so he talked about mostly men in the industry having to, quote unquote, sell their souls, put on dresses, da 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 da. Do you see that from time to time from men having to do that to get to a certain level? And then speak to the challenges that women face, because I'm sure it's even harder for you. Do some people sleep around? Do they move up quicker? Do they have to do certain things and compromise who they are? So can you speak to that?
I mean, as far as the men putting on the dresses, me personally, I'm kind of tired of hearing about it because men been putting on dresses for so long. It's a choice. If you choose to put on the dress and get your check, put on a goddamn dress and get your check. And if you choose not to put on the dress and don't get the dress check, then just don't do it and shut the fuck up about it. My thing is, with me being a woman and being a funny woman, I wish we can keep all you niggas out of dresses and just let us be funny. You know what I mean? If I had it my way. And as far as sleeping with people and shit to come up, I don't know. Evidently, I ain't been giving the right people the pussy, so it ain't worked for me. So I always tell people, just do this on stand-up comedy. It seems like the men doing that too. We can't have sex to get on. The men keep beating us. All this bullshit. So
right. Okay, that makes sense. You want all of them out the dress. You taking our roles.
Yeah, you taking all our roles. It's plenty of funny women out here to where we really don't need you men and drink.
Right.
But if that's what we're gonna do, then do it. And I always, when females ask me to give them, advice on stuff when it comes to being in the industry, I always, be a lady for real and be funny and just stay on stage. 'Cause that's how you're gonna get booked. And if you choose to fuck, choose wise. I think I chose pretty wise. So
I got you.
I can't sit here and tell somebody, which I didn't have sex with that man to get on, but it's hard for me to sit here and tell female comedians don't fuck other comics when I clearly got.
And you got a baby butt for a comedian.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So they be like, well, bitch, what about you? So,
right, they gonna like, ma'am, ain't that the pot calling the kettle black? So okay. Women in the industry, okay. Monique made a big show. Everybody's going on Shay Shay to get popping. So she was on there talking. She was basically on agreeing with a lot of things that Katt said. She talked about how she's been blackballed, and then she talked about those things, and then retroactively she did get a check from Netflix after she sued them because she said unequal pay, and then she goes on and the Sun comes out and says some stuff, negative stuff about her. Then she says, F that nigga on stage. What did you feel about all that? Do you have a relationship, Monique? Have you ever met her? And what are your thoughts on that and the aftermath of Shay Shay when she went on there and then the things after that?
I love Monique. Let me start out by saying that. I love Monique. Monique is somebody that I watched and admire, and I still love Monique to this day.
Yeah.
And I respect Monique. I just wish that maybe Monique have done a different way, came at some of these people in a different way. Because I'm not gonna say Tyler Perry, Lee Daniels, and Oprah didn't do these things to her. You know,
Yeah.
I just think maybe she could have handled it in a different way. And I'm really like right now, Monique. We hear you. You've proven your point. I want you to get on
Yeah.
stage and be funny. I'm so sick of my girl getting on stage. All these motherfuckers. I told them suck my dick, and I told. All right, we heard you. Will you please tell I'm a get
Tell some.
out?
Yeah, tell a joke. Right. Wow. Because I be feeling the same way. Because all the clips, I'm sure she sells something. All the clips I hear is MF for this, that, da, 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 F that. I'm like, yo, what a funny.
I'm so sick of all these rich, successful ass motherfuckers arguing. I don't know what the fuck to do. All you niggas that made money. All y'all done had sitcoms. Y'all done had comedy specials. Y'all done did movies. Shut up and get the hell out our way if you don't want it. If it's so hard,
Yeah, you'll take it.
well, move out the way and let my broke ass get up in here. Because I'm telling you, you don't want to get up against this brick wall with me. Okay. I'm just sick of all these geriatric motherfuckers is arguing when y'all have had success. Now, what you chose to do with it is on you. It ain't
On you, yeah. Yeah. So how would you feel? You know, her son came out and said neglected and you know, she wasn't a great mom. How would you feel if Ash came out and did that? What would your reaction be? I know he probably.
I cut his ass off silently. I wouldn't go back and forth with his ass on social media. Don't you says I ain't do shit, then you don't need no more of my money. I'm cutting you out.
Straight like that. Straight like
Cut
that.
off. That's it. Straight
Yeah.
like that. You don't get nothing. You don't get nothing from me. I love you.
Yeah.
I love you.
Yeah.
I love you. I love with everything in me. But I would cut that nigga off in a heartbeat. He'll be back. I know him. He's my child. He'll be back.
Yeah, there you go. So how is the camaraderie with female comedians? Is there any cattiness? Do y'all root for each other? Is there a bunch of stuff that has to go on that you got to navigate through that y'all ain't looking to try to help each other win? How's that dynamic?
It's cattiness. It's root for each other. It's backstabbing. It's root for each other. It's fuck your man. It's root for each other.
That sounds like high school and college.
Yeah. It's just, I was looking at the Netflix hip hop First Ladies of Hip Hop documentary, and this one rapper was saying, you know how like when you have a female rapper in your clique, is always the first lady, and it's the first lady.
The first lady,
and it's always only one lady. So when they created that dynamic, it puts us in that same mind frame that whenever we join a comedy group or whenever we do a show, it just should
only be one.
lady. And so when you want it to only be you, then you get real territorial about your shit, right? So that's kind of some of the stuff that we deal with it, which I wish that more of us, and we are doing better about it now, knowing that it could definitely be more than one woman on the show. It could be an all-woman show. You know what I'm saying? Because it's enough for all of us.
Sure, sure.
I hate
and I want to talk about that.
These comedy shows, it's just all these men and just ain't no women on the flyer. It's ridiculous. We already in a male-dominant industry, so it's better for us to stick together. It's really them trying to separate us, but we have to get the mentality that we are stronger together.
Stick it together, yeah. So, and I'm going to talk about your tours, and those all women tours. But as we close this out and move forward here, I want to circle back to one last thing about Katt Williams and y'all's relationship. So kind of fill me in, because if I remember correctly, things didn't end quite well with you and Katt, and there were some things that happened. Can you speak to that? Was there something going on there and some stuff had happened, and what happened there? Y'all didn't finish on good terms from what I remember.
Yeah, unfortunately my guy has a hard time saying goodbye when he part ways with people. It's never like a good part ways. And let me just say this: like, I have nothing but love and respect for Katt Williams. I appreciate everything Katt Williams did for me, changed my life. But yeah, we did not part ways on a good. We did not have a good ending. He just wasn't nice to me in the end.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
I had to.
I,
Now, was there like a lawsuit or anything like that? Was it like got bad, didn't it?
well, he didn't want me to speak on some of the stuff that was going on that
Okay.
last little run or whatever. But I never pursued the lawsuit or anything. I never even wanted. I didn't even want anything. I didn't even want anything to happen between us to go public. To be honest with you.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
when he had his lawyers send papers to my lawyers to not speak on nothing, I really don't know how TMZ got a hold to it, but they did, and it
Yeah.
just from a mole to a mountain. And it was very hurtful
Wow.
because, me and Katt are family. And you know what? Family go through things. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Like, we
Sure.
went through something, but I always felt like we would get past it. So I just hated that it was so public. I feel like if it wasn't so
Yeah.
public, probably would have talked by now.
Right. So what do you feel the root cause of that was, and has it ever been settled? Are y'all cool now, or is it just kind of, in the gray and y'all just kind of moved on?
I feel like we cool. I feel like if I was to see Katt Williams tomorrow, we saw each other, it would be nothing but love,
Right. Okay.
I just think that when so I was like Katt had a lot of control over me as far as my career and
Yeah.
the moves and stuff that I was making. I was listening to him because he was my mentor as well. But
Sure.
some of the decisions that I was making when I came off tour, I would see that it wasn't good for me. So I was only working with him. I wasn't answering the phone for nobody else. I wasn't doing no other shows. So guess what? When I came off tour, my phone wasn't ringing, which wasn't a good
And you
thing.
wasn't working.
So towards the end, when I started to kind of do other things outside of him, he didn't like that, and that's what caused us to go left. Because I
Gotcha.
started
So
making decisions
he was
about
territorial. You were his artist. You were his comedian. He groomed you. You were his,
Right.
you were his protege.
Right.
Right.
And so he was, well, why would you go out and do this show for $500 when I'm paying you $3,500 a show? Okay, Katt, that's fine. But when you not working, what if you get sick? Or what if you decide you don't want to do comedy no more? Where does that leave me? And I'm not in a position at the time to ask for $3,500 from this person. Ain't nobody come to see me, they come to you.
Right. Got you.
Yeah.
Got you.
So
Wow.
it was just a lesson.
Right. So it was just basically based upon that. It wasn't nothing. And obviously, you say he didn't want you to speak on anything through his lawyers and stuff. But it was not. It was more so that it wasn't nothing that could be deemed like immoral or like no fighting or bickering and nothing like that physical. It was just kind of y'all just had a disagreement in the path of your growth in your career.
I mean, yeah, we had a disagreement and it kind of blew up, but I just don't want to talk about that part.
Got you. I understand.
Because I
Fair enough.
from it. Moved on from it, friend. It's
Because you
all
what?
love me.
Say that again.
I've moved on and healed from it,
Got
It's
you.
it's nothing love with me and Katt Williams.
Got you. All right. Well, good. Well, appreciate you sharing that perspective. All right. So as we get ready to close, let's finish the comedy aspect of it. Now you're on tour. You're on tour with a group of ladies. I've seen you here in Houston. It's hilarious. Tell us what's been going on with your tour. Are you actively touring now? How has that been? And are you seeing what you want out of the fruits of your labor? Because sometimes, we get stuck in the rat race or sometimes we get stuck in like it's not happening fast enough. It's not this, that, and the third. Do you have those moments? Are you happy with where you're going? I'm sure it's never always enough, but tell us about your tour, the ladies that you're with, and where you're at and where you see yourself going forward.
So right now, I am still on the Funny by Nature tour. I just realized my blouse crooked. I'm still on the Funny by Nature tour with me and 3 other ladies, Kelly Kales, Crystal Power, Jess Niche. That tour came about with Vivica Fox. It was Vivica Fox Presents Funny by Nature. Remember?
Wow. Yeah. That's right. I remember.
And that has been an active going tour for 3 years. We are so funny. Have such a great camaraderie. We're sisters. And what else you asked me?
So where do you feel now that you are? Are you like I can't even talk now. You got. So where you feel you are, and are you satisfied? I'm sure it's never enough, but what's the next step for you?
I am definitely seeing and seeing and getting some of the fruits of my labor. And not even
Sure.
just for money. It's really from opportunities. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. Yes.
I
Yes.
I re- I respect this entire progress. I mean process. I respect the entire process. Has the process been easy? Hell no. Do I have my days? Hell yes. But like right now, today, I'm happy, Rashid. I just could not be happier. Yes, I want more.
Yeah, I
Yes, I'm
love
gonna
that.
get more. Yes, I have to keep working harder. Yes, I'm still working harder just to get more. But I'm good. I'm happy. I
I
have
love
made it.
that.
If I was to leave here tomorrow, don't you let them niggas go online and be like, oh no, she was just about to make it. No, motherfucker, I made it. I'm already doing something that I love. I live my dream. I've been
Right.
all over the world. I've seen a lot. You know what I'm saying? It's
Yes.
on my talent. You know what I'm saying? And I got out there and I put
Wow.
my mind to it and I'm doing it and I'm feeding my child. You can't tell me I ain't make it. So
I love, amen, amen. Golly, that's so amazing. Again, I'm so proud of you. And then now, like you're filming this in New York. You're in New York. Like, can't nobody say you didn't make it. You're in New York, and a lot of people don't understand. Obviously, we want stuff quicker, but it's a marathon, not a sprint. And you've been running your race. And I see more. I see overflow. I see blessings just coming your way. Have you ever thought about, a lot of comedians started getting into acting? Is that part of your plan that you want to get into behind the camera doing some acting stuff?
yeah, I got movies on Netflix and on Tubi. Yes, I am an
There
actress
it is.
first. So yeah, y'all check out the
Right.
After Party on Netflix. Check me out at
Ah,
Street for the Streets and Slice. That's on Tubi.
yeah.
Check me out. I'm also on Amazon Prime on Black Girl Magic. So yeah, so I just want to do more movies. I want to do sitcoms, my own late night show. I want the Franklin show. I want it all.
Yes, all that. I want that for you. I want that for you. Okay, so last but not least, you talked about you've had opportunities to be coaches' wives and this, that, and the third, and you've had to cut some men on your trajectory going through, through your life and career pursuing comedy. You were on the hit television show that we both share in common, Will Packard's own network, Oprah Winfrey's own network, produced by the brother Will Packard. Ready to Love. You were on Ready to Love Atlanta. You were the second group of Atlanta. You weren't the
Season
first. Were you
2.
the very first? Huh? Season 2. So obviously you went looking for love. You didn't have a husband at the time, and you're not married currently. So what was it, one, to make you decide to go on to Ready to Love? Did you genuinely looking for a husband, or was you just trying to be on TV, being a comedian? Because some people think it's fake. Some people don't think people going for the real thing. One, how did that get introduced to you, and what was your motive from going on Ready to Love?
So, Ready to Love was introduced to me through this guy named Maurice Sims, who has he books comedy shows, and he has supported me and booked me my entire career. He was dating one of the producers for Love, and Maurice and I are very close. So he knows me on and off stage, so he knows a little bit about my personal life. And he sent me the link and was like, you know what, Ashima, you need to sign up for this and go on the show and try to find you some love. He said you get love and people get to see who you really are. The world get to see who Ashima Franklin is. So it's a win-win situation, right? So he sent me the link. I filled it out. I got a call back. You know how they do the interview over the phone. And killed that. And then they brought me in. And so I just remember when I went in to meet the producers, they were excited to meet me. They were excited to see me. And I bagged it. Got it. And yes, I was on there looking for love. Yes, my storyline was true. Yes, Darren and I was really dating in real life.
Yeah. Wow.
Me and Darren was seeing each other. We were seeing each other during the film, and like we was already locked in.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
Because some people were like, "Oh, Darren don't like, Darren don't like her. She don't like him. That's just relationship of convenience." But it was a real thing.
It was a real thing. Me and Darren clicked instantly. We were locked in from the day that we met. And even though you know how they don't want to talking and seeing each other outside of the show, me and Darren was doing all that.
Yeah, wow. So you see Darren now, and you look at Darren. I ain't gonna lie, I see Darren now, and he's married with a white woman. And I'm like, that's the Darren I thought it was. That's why I didn't think Darren was never into you anyway, because he looked like right there. That's what's home for him right there.
Well, you know, I got the white woman body, so I think he might have been liking it. He tried, but see, I ain't gonna be doing all the bullshit that white woman do, okay? So that's all that is. Like, nigga, I ain't taking care of you, and we ain't having no threesome. Boom, shakalaka. This nigga want to take care of him and let another bitch come in the room. Are you insane? Yeah, you gonna get you a white bitch say yes some shit like that. So, and I hate to throw you under the bus, Darren, but that's what you want.
Yeah, facts. But so
he wanted to swing.
All that. You wasn't doing none of that, Ashima?
Hell no. Shit no. Hell no. I'm a southern woman. I'm a country girl. Cheat on me behind my back the old fashioned way. Don't just bring the bitch in the house. Hell no. No. The answer is no. Even if I was to think about it, we're gonna be out the country. This bitch don't speak no English, and you would never see this bitch again. You're gonna be in Turkey. You get your old Turkish bitch for the night, and then we leave.
Oh, girl, you're crazy, man. Oh, God. So I love that about your comedy, because you're self-deprecating. You talk about yourself. A lot of comedians do that, and the struggle and the pain through your life. Is that where you get most of your comedy from? Just life experiences and making fun of yourself and not taking yourself too serious?
Oh yeah, I get mostly all of my comedy from me and my life experiences. I always tell comedians, you always have to talk about your life, because can't nobody steal you. You know what I mean? Can't nobody steal you.
Facts.
Can't take me. Even if you try to do it, you ain't gonna do it like me, because it's me.
Wow. So how hard has it been? Because you're not married. You got any prospects? You no rings on the finger. How hard is it for a comedian or female, black female, and what'd she say?
I'm a whore, but go on.
Oh. So you living your Sex and the City life. You in New York too?
I'm outside. I'm living my Sex in the City dream. My homeboy asked me, he said, well, which one of them on Sex City is you? I said, I'm all them bitches. I'm all of them. I'm all four of them. I'm outside. I need to sit down. Sit down. I can't keep up. These niggas is loving me in New York. And I'm country. All I got to do is go outside and say grits and gravy. And they just flock. Grits, gravy.
Grits and gravy. Girl, you got the whole production back here laughing, girl. Oh.
Yes,
so she said she old.
It ain't looking like I'm about to get down the aisle no time soon. I'm outside.
So how hard is it to you're over 40, but to a woman of certain age, how hard is it out there in these streets if you wanted that? Right now you live in your Sex and the City, your best life. Have you ever, at this point, have you given up on it? Do you want marriage? Do you want a life partner? Like, what do you want? Like, in the dating or...
I want it, but he just got to be that dude. He got to be that dude to get me. He got to come with some life-changing shit. Because, you know, some of these men be wanting to jump on the bandwagon and enjoy the life and try to be opportunists. If he come, Rashid, he come. I'm not saying I'm close to it, but he just got to be that one. Yeah.
Okay.
So what? I might free.
So what do you need from him? So if you don't want him to jump on and come along for the ride.
Money. I need money. I need for him to tell me, baby, I'll take care of you. If you want to quit this comedy shit tomorrow, you can. That's what I need. I don't care what he look like, because I ain't having no babies. I just need him to tell me he got me, because don't think I ain't tired. Don't think I ain't tired.
You say all that, Shima, but you not finna let no man sit you down and stop your dream. Like, I don't care how much money it is.
Didn't me? You a lie? You let me give you one of the rich ass Africans like Portia got. I'm sitting the fuck down. I don't know.
Hey.
I don't know what you talking about. I'm gonna do this shit because I want to, not because I got to.
Hey, he back single. You get him.
Yeah, I
and you know you come to.
him, but I ain't got that ass Portia guy. You can't cover Portia ass in my ass. You just don't do that. I'm a realist now. Yeah.
Oh God, you've been.
Down. He could definitely sit me down easily.
Okay. Oh shoot. What if he don't have all the money, but he got the potential to make the money, but not under you? He got his own thing going.
Too old for potential. I'm 44 years
Too
old.
old for potential.
I'm too
You
old
got
for
it.
potential.
So you need a built right in. Got you. That makes sense. That makes sense. Well, at least the fact you.
To be waiting on a nigga to make it now. I need him to already have it. Established.
So does it have to be a black man?
No, I'm starting to lean towards a white man, but I want a black man. I hate to say this. I want a black man. I do. Because I'm too racist to be with a white man. Even the fuck right here heard me say them motherfuckers spank some shit one day I get mad. So no. I'm too racist to have a white man. Even though I like white men, they love me. But I've been saying some fucked up shit one day. You know what I'm saying? So, I gotta have one.
Oh my God, Ashima, I could do this for 2 more hours, man. But I don't want to keep you any longer. You've been great and gracious for joining me. I love you. I love everything that you're doing. Keep on going. Don't let anybody tell you to stop. Tell us what you got going on. All your social media, movies, new travel schedule. Let me know when you come to Houston, the whole 9 yards. Give us everything where they can follow you and keep up.
I'm actually getting ready to come to Houston. I'll be in Houston April. Do I have time to go grab my phone real quick?
Absolutely.
So Funny by Nature. So I'm still on the Funny by Nature tour, like I said, with Kelly Kels, Crystal Power, Just Niche. Shout out to my Funny by Nature crew. We in Dallas, March 19th. We're in Houston, June 25th at the Houston Improv. We're in New York at Comedy in Harlem, April 13th and 14th. And in Chicago, April 10th. So make sure y'all check me out on that. Also, April 17th through the 21st, I will be in Austin for the Moon Tower Just for Laughs Comedy Festival, which is a big deal with Just for Laughs. I got 7 shows on that. And in May, I'm going to be in LA for the Netflix is a Joke Festival. I'm going to be filming Netflix introducing Ashima Franklin. So.
Ooh. My girl is booked and busy.
Yesterday's price ain't finna be today's price. Once I do Netflix, I'm changing my number on you niggas. And make sure you follow me on Instagram at Call Me Miss Franklin, and hit me up on Facebook at Ashima Franklin. I'm not on Twitter or X. I don't tweet. I don't X.
Yeah, we old. I be forgetting. I have it. I be forgetting. Like, Lord have mercy. It's too much. TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, you name it, whatever else. Tell me that Houston date again. June what?
June 26th. That is.
What day of the week is it? What day of the week? Yeah.
That's on a Wednesday.
Wednesday. Man, I'm there. I am there. I hope we're gonna talk about it. Hopefully I can get you.
Just like you was there the last time. I was there about a month or so ago.
I had my baby.
That nigga grown.
I had little man, and I was tired as hell.
I said that nigga grown as hell. You could have brought that nigga to the show. About my baby.
You know when you get babies, you use them as an excuse because you tired. You just don't feel like coming back out.
Yeah. How about I had my baby? Ain't he 26?
I guarantee you can call me out and call me all kind of you-know-whats if I'm not there. I want to get you in that Monday before because I got a new weekly series here in Houston called Martini Mondays. It's a super duper cool, exclusive Monday night event. It starts here in Houston, March 11th. It's going to go every single Monday. It's really, really dope. Upscale, nice, cool, laid-back environment, beautiful people, beautiful environment, nice networking. So we're going to talk I'm gonna try to get you in early, and maybe you can host with me that night and be my dinner guest on that Monday if you're not working because you booked and busy. You know what I'm saying?
It looked like so far I'm open on that day.
Okay, we'll talk for sure. For sure.
Okay.
All right,
Let's do
my
it.
girl, I love you. Keep going. Thank you so
you,
much.
Rashid.
And you've been great, and I appreciate it. We got to do this again. This was awesome.
Yes, thank you for having me. I had a good time.
Yeah.
I hope
Yeah.
the episode blows up, and I wish you
Yeah.
all the success, Rashid. You know how far we go back. You know you my boy. You know how much I love you. You know we family. So I got you.
I love it. Mwah. All right, baby. Thank you.
All right, baby. You're welcome, boo.
All right. Yes. Wait, let's check that out. I'll start that over.
Well, they gonna say you on
Thank
that
you,
shit, boy.
I know, right? All right. Right. All right, here we go.
They gonna say, Rashid,
All right, so as we begin,
on that shit.
don't put that.
You know Rashid on that shit since he was Simone for good. You know he on that shit.
That's good. That's that part right there. Oh shit.